Hello students, welcome once again to our English virtual class. Today we would be discussing one of the most important from English grammar. That is, the topic for today is verbs, okay? And this topic you would see it in page number 56, okay? In your textbook page number 56 you would see this topic. So today, with the help of a diagram, very quickly let me try to explain the types of verbs, okay? So here, before we go further into the topic, first of all let us understand what is a verb. So here, what is a verb? It is an action word, okay? A verb is an action word. For example, some examples of verbs are run, sing, dance, etc. Now all these are actions, right? Yes, you know, run is also an action, sing is also an action, dance is also an action. So all this denotes an action. So a verb is an action word, okay? So now let's go below. Let's see the types of verb, okay? There are verbs. There are many classification of verbs. Today we would see one classification, that is, verbs are divided into three kinds, and that is, the first one we have is your modal verbs. Now what are modal verbs? Now you must have already you must have already studied these modal verbs. Now for your understanding, let me give you some examples of modal verbs. And what are they? They are can, could, may, might. Okay, so these are called modal verbs. Now another form of verbs is the auxiliary verbs. Now by auxiliary it means helping verbs. Now some of the auxiliary verbs that we see every day are is, am, are, was, were, etc. All these are called auxiliary verbs, which means helping verbs, okay? Now coming to the third types of verb, that is the action verbs, which we are going to see today. Now coming down further in the diagram, you can see that these verbs are divided into transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Now today, in this video lesson, we would cover, or we would learn, what is transitive verbs, or we can say what are transitive verbs. Now transitive verbs